Hello and welcome back. Today we're talking about credit card debt. Reports show that credit card debt on average is as high as it was before the pandemic. So let's talk about this with financial analyst Steve Budin. Thanks for joining us this morning, Steve.
Good morning.
Okay, so why do you think this is? Credit card averages, those balances are soaring high right now.
Clearly, the pandemic over the last 18 months, it's taken its toll on a lot of families. And unfortunately, a lot of these folks have resorted to using credit cards to get by. So the balances now have gotten as high as they've been since the pandemic started. It's a pretty troubling trend, and hopefully we can give the viewer some tips to reverse that.
So let's get started on how to pay down some of that debt. What is your suggestion there?
Yeah, some sobering numbers. The average credit card balance right now in this country is about $5,500. But even more scary is the average interest rate on the credit card that you pay is 16%. Now that's just average. So there's a lot of cards that are higher than that. And if you were just to make the minimum payment on those balances, it would take you almost 20 years to pay that off. With that comes an enormous stress and a psychological feeling of not being able to get out from that big hole. So a lot of folks don't realize that when you get your bill, you see that number, the credit card company purposely puts the minimum payment on there. You're allowed to pay more than the minimum. And it's amazing how much quicker you can pay that balance down just by paying a few dollars more per month.
What about the option of transferring your balance to a different card with a different interest rate?
Yeah, that's a great idea. And you're beginning to see more and more of those solicitations come out. For folks with decent credit scores, a lot of the companies are now offering you incentives where you can transfer your balance to their card, and many of them will give you up to 20 months of 0% interest to transfer those balances. So it does buy you some time. It buys you some breathing room. The catch there is you still have to make those minimum payments. And as soon as you miss one payment, they can jack that interest rate back up north of 16%. So if you take advantage of those balance transfer programs, just make sure you pay on time.
And last question for you, credit counselors. What are the pros and cons of getting some help there?
I get asked a lot about this, and there are not-for-profit organizations out there that you can contact, and they'll negotiate better deals on your behalf. There are companies out there that will try to take advantage of you. They'll charge you an upfront fee to negotiate on your behalf. Those are not necessary. You can simply Google not-for-profit credit counseling, and these companies will take you on, and they're fairly successful in negotiating better rates for you.
Some good options for us. Thank you for that, Steve. We'll post more of this on our website at KTNV.com, and we'll be right back after this.